You ever wonder how researchers can scientifically study something like a movie or an ad? I mean, it all seems so subjective, right? But what if you could take all that creative content and turn it into cold, hard, objective data? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
So picture a TV commercial, 30 seconds of fast cuts, music, people. It's just this whirlwind of images and sounds. How in the world do you make that measurable? The trick is to find a system, a way to count what's happening so that if someone else followed your exact same rules, they'd get the exact same result. That's the key. That's how you make it objective.
So, first things first, we have to answer a fundamental question. What are you actually counting? This brings us to something called the unit of analysis. A unit of analysis is pretty simply the individual thing you decide to count. It's not the whole commercial, it's one specific, repeatable piece you can actually track. And honestly, choosing this unit is probably the most important decision you'll make because absolutely everything else is built on top of it. To make this super clear, let's use a metaphor. Imagine all the content you're studying. The whole commercial is a giant Lego creation. Your unit of analysis is just one single Lego brick. If you want to understand the whole thing, you first have to be able to identify and count each individual piece. So let's go back to our TV ad. What could a brick be in that world? Well, you could decide that your brick is each time a human appears on screen. Or maybe your brick is every individual shot or scene. Heck, it could even be every single spoken word in the slogan. The point is you, the researcher, get to define what the brick is. Okay, so you've identified your bricks, you've counted them, and now you have a big pile of them sitting in front of you. What's next? Well, you need a way to sort them. And that brings us to our second big idea, coding categories. This is all about how you classify things. Once you have all your units, you need a system to organize them. And that's all coding categories are. They're just predefined labels. Think of them like sorting buckets you're going to use to put your units into so you can start to see some real patterns. And yep, we are back to our Legos. If the unit was a single brick, then the category is how you sort those bricks. Are you going to sort them by color, putting all the reds here, all the blues over there? Or maybe you'll sort them by shape, all the square ones together, all the long ones together. Those sorting rules, those are your categories. Let's get really practical with this. Imagine our unit of analysis is each athlete who appears on screen. Now, we can sort that one unit in a bunch of different ways. We could create a category for gender, right? And we'd sort them as male or female. Or we could use a totally different category, like sport, and sort the very same athletes as football or basketball. See? It's the same unit, just sorted using different rules. All right, we've got the two big ideas on the table. Now let's put them side by side to make this distinction totally 100% crystal clear. This is where it's all going to click. And here we go. This chart lays it all out. The unit of analysis is the thing you count. One Lego brick, one athlete on screen. The coding category is how you classify that thing, by the brick's color or by the athlete's gender. Put it another way, the unit is the what and the category is the how. Okay, theory is great and all, but let's see how this actually works. We're going to run through a quick little hypothetical analysis of a Nike commercial to see how we can turn those fleeting images into actual usable data. So here's our 5-step game plan. First, we watch the ad. Simple enough. Second, we decide our unit is each athlete. Third, we just do a simple head count. Fourth, we apply our categories. We'll sort each athlete by their gender and their sport. And finally, we look at the results and see what we found. All right, so we've watched our pretend ad and we counted our units. The raw total is 5. We saw 5 distinct athletes. That's our count, 5 bricks on the table. But what does that number actually tell us by itself? Not much, right? This is where the magic happens. By applying our categories, that simple number 5 suddenly becomes this statement. This is data. We've officially turned a commercial into a statement of fact. We're no longer saying, you know what, felt like there were more men. We're saying there were 3 men and 2 women. It's precise, it's objective, it's data. So let's lock this in. If you walk away with one thing, it should be this. Units are the raw building blocks you're looking at, your individual Legos. And categories are the labels you create to sort those blocks. You absolutely need both to go from just counting stuff to actually finding meaningful patterns. So there you have it, the fundamental tools for analyzing pretty much any kind of content. Now, I'm going to leave you with a question. Think about your all-time favorite movie. What would your unit of analysis be? And what kind of categories would you use to find some kind of hidden pattern that maybe nobody else has ever noticed? Go on, give it some thought. Happy analyzing.